happening, everybody? Woo! Yep, as usual, don't really know what's happening. We're going to talk about strats. Now, it doesn't have to be any particular strat, but I'm going to talk about a weird lesson that playing a strat has taught me. So I did not have a strat for a long time. I've been playing a lot of tellies, super strats, which the configuration is completely different on a super strat. And then a while back, I got the black strat that I ended up giving to Jim after I got old Blondie Pete here. And, you know, I realized something right away that I needed to adjust in my playing. And the strat itself, just playing it, was teaching me a lot about how I played and how I was like, oh man, I kind of need to change this stuff. And I thought, you know what, maybe I'll make a video about it and just kind of talk about it. So this is going to be a, you know, talk riff kind of thing. And I hope you guys enjoy it. And some of you can tell me, have you experienced this with either a strat or SG? You know, who knows what else. So other than that, let's go. Oh yeah! All right, so let's cut to the chase of what I'm talking about exactly. Now, a strat is very unique because, well, it's one of the like OG, you know, guitars. There's really not any other, you know, Telly, Les Paul, SG, anything else that has this kind of layout, or at least not that I know of. And this layout, again, is very exclusive to a strat. Now, what happens here, though, is it's kind of, there's a lot happening in a very small area. You know, a Les Paul is very spaced out. A Telly is further away from your hand, and there's a three-way switch, not a five-way. Well, even though this is a three-way, but it's angled differently. Now, what's happening here, what I noticed right away when I was playing, is I would hit this all the time. And it forced me to slow down, which was, you know, kind of one of those like blessings in disguise, because it made me slow down and realize how much extra I was moving my right hand. I was like, do I need to like really move my hand that much? I did a video a while back where I started introducing this more closed hand technique, which I do a lot now. You know? A lot more than I ever did before. Sometimes I still have my hand out like this. A lot of times if I'm doing like funky stuff, that's probably like the worst example ever of something funky, so I apologize right now. But we're just gonna roll with it. Now, what I'm talking about is, like I said, if I fan my fingers out like that and I would pick, I would knock this pickup selector into position 4 or position 5. You know, like I said, this is a three-way, so it doesn't have those in-between positions readily available. But I would still do it even on this one. And it made me be like, I need to like hone in on that. Because, you know, if you're trying to work on speed or just accuracy and technique in general, you have to take in, you know, to account how much are you literally moving your hands? How much are you picking your fingers up off the fingerboard? How much is your right hand moving while you're picking? And just playing a strat has made me a much better, you know, picker. Because I realized I can't move my hand that much on here. Trust me, I'm flirting with it. My hand is touching it. But it made me have much more control and just kind of like, you know, just finesse over my right hand. And I liked what it was doing to me because it made me, like I said, for one, I had to slow down and adjust to the guitar. But once I was playing this guitar so much that newfound technique, whatever you want to call it, was starting to rub off on the other guitars. And I noticed that my picking was getting better. And I'm like, oh, okay. And this has to be from playing that strat. Because like I said, if you watch when I first got the strat, I basically never did anything fast on it. Because I couldn't without knocking the switch and hitting the volume knob and all that kind of stuff. And I just kind of, I forced myself to slow down and I would work on stuff. So I just put a new high E string on here. But it made me slow down. Now the other thing that this has taught me is that I didn't use the tone knobs as much before. I used them a little bit. I've always told people about when I dial in the tone on an amp, what I would typically do was I would dial an amp in pretty bright, and I would utilize my guitar to control whether it was, if I needed to darken it up or not with the tone knob. But I didn't mess with it a lot. I would just kind of like set it and forget it, you know, situation. And what this has done is I'm utilizing the tone knobs a ton. And it's just because I really fell in love with certain tones that I could only get. So like the bridge pickup, you know. I have this tone wired to the bridge and middle. I basically never use the middle, but I like being able to darken it up. that Spirit in the Sky kind of tone, or if I want it to be real in your face and kind of, you know, nitty gritty. But it's just forced me to explore more of controlling all the tones that I have, all with the guitar, and not relying on pedals, not relying on switching channels on the amp. It's just kind of like heightened all the stuff that I already did. Like I've always been more of a, you know, if I want clean, I roll the volume down. But now I've you know, this past year, I've incorporated a lot more of these tone knobs, and I feel like it's a Strat that has been like teaching me that. You know, the picking one was definitely from a Strat, but the Strat itself has really been wearing off on me. And I've really fallen in love with that tone rolled down, kind of that wah sound, you know. The other thing it's, you know, teaching me is to be quick and precise, you know. And, you know, like if I'm on the bridge pickup and it's too bright, well, maybe I need it to be bright because I'm using my fingers, you know. You know, your fingers take away a lot of that high end. And I don't know, like I said, just a Strat in general has been teaching me a lot about myself and you know, hopefully making me a better player. I know it has helped my picking out a lot because like I said, this one in particular, the frets are really low and worn out, so it's hard to play. It's not an easy guitar to play. But I still love it. You know, I love playing it. But you'll notice, like I said, I just have so much more right-hand control. So there you guys have it. Let me know, have you experienced this as well? You know, I've enjoyed having a Strat again, because I haven't had a, you know, true Strat. I didn't have one for years. That was my own, and it just feels good to have them, you know, really playing them again, and it's making me realize, like, I was like, you know what, there's some things you can do to make your playing a lot better. Well, there's a lot of things I can do to make my playing better, but other than that, I'm going to bounce out of here. I'm going to give you guys a riff here to jam at. I'm going to try to remember what I played in the intro. I kind of like that riff, but I don't really remember what I played. But other than that, guys, I'll see you all later with a new video. Hope you're all having a great whatever day this video's on, and, you know, I'll see you later. Bye, guys.